welcome to Rink Rookie, a girl's guide to the NHL. I am your co-host, Ashley.
And I'm your other co-host, Arielle, and welcome to our podcast.
Well, the time is here. I see you tomorrow.
I know, I'm so excited.
We're going to go see the Pittsburgh Penguins play twice.
It's going to be so fun. And we're also going to see the Anaheim Ducks play twice.
And the LA Kings, and then the Philadelphia Flyers, who I know nothing about. I couldn't name a player.
I just know Carter Hart, and I think he's out right now.
Oh no.
I'm not going to say why I know Carter Hart, but yeah, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But that's all I know, but I think he's out right now on injury.
Damn. Other than the exciting things coming up, how has your last week been?
Good. I got to pet sit for my neighbors. They have a pig. It was fun. So this morning was my last time with him. They got a couple of doggies and a kitty. Yeah, it's the whole zoo over there, but I love them so much.
The farm animals in city limits. That's like chill.
Yeah. I guess it's allowed. He's like a dog, honestly, but just a pig.
Somebody across the street has like chickens. I say chickens, but I think they're roosters because they crow. And it's just like so bizarre to just like we're off Laurel Canyon and you're gonna sit here and have a chicken or a rooster.
See, I don't think chickens and roosters are. I think there was an exception made for the pig. I don't even say like an exception. I think like the way he lives is what made it okay. And don't quote me or like try to ask me any specifics, but there's just I've heard this conversation before. But yeah, he's allowed. He doesn't go anywhere.
He's a big boy too, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. His name is Nicholas the Pigless.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love sending pictures of him to people and be like, this is Nick, or like using his full name, and people are like, you know a pig named Nicholas? I'm like, yeah. It's like the best thing.
Pets with like human names are so funny for no reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think the first time I met him was like 4th of July, like 3 years ago, and I lost my shit when they told me his name.
It's a good one. I mean, I'm not mad about it. It's funny.
They have 3 dogs, and 2 of them have like, I think, pretty dog names. And then the other one that we call like the Walmart version of my dog, his name is Andrew.
Hello?
Yeah,
why?
I don't know, but it's so funny. He's another one too. I'm like, why does he have a human name? I'm kind of glad one of them doesn't have a human name and has the dog name, because he looks like he has like human eyes and it kind of creeps me out. So I think if he had a human name, I would just be
too much.
I'd be like, no, this is doing the most. But yeah, so they have 2 animals with human names. It's the best.
Whole zoo over there. That's crazy.
But I'm trying to think of what else I did. Oh, I just kind of was doing the DIY outfits for our games. And then other than that, yeah, it's pretty chill.
I don't think I did anything either really this week. Yep, can't recall anything.
I know. I'm
cleaning the house and you're packing, and it's like prep for this next week because we're going to be kind of all over the place.
Yeah, like I said, this week went by really fast, but then weirdly slow at the same time.
I think after we recorded last week, I was like, oh, this is like, there's so much time left, and then suddenly there's like no time at all. Well, I think we can get into the episode, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an easy episode because, like I said, we were prepping and
we came prepared this week. It was like last Thursday I started on the dock, started keeping up with the news because a lot of stuff happened, and then it just kind of kept going. And so I think we're pretty set on stuff. I do have some like specialty things I do want to like, not obviously today, but like in the future, maybe when things are not as crazy and like news isn't happening, though I'm not sure I foresee that happening. But like, what do hockey players do for school? Like, I assume they go to hockey school, you know? That's a good question. I want to know.
I was thinking about this the other day too.
My roommate asked me about Connor Bedard, and I was just like, had to be like, I think I have heard and think I know that he went to just like hockey school. Like that's just like a thing. But I couldn't elaborate because I didn't have the like specifics. So I definitely want to kind of get into that. And and then like how the playoffs work and how that goes into the Stanley Cup. But I feel like maybe we'll do that closer to that time. Like how points and stuff factor into it and like how that all works, because I'm very clueless as far as that goes.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because I think I looked into, because I know I keep hearing and seeing that like the Penguins like missed out on the playoffs by like 1 point, and I don't know how we even get into that. So we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I do like the school thing idea, because I just saw, like, I know some of these guys do college only for a little bit.
Yeah, or they
And
go
then
overseas.
and then I think I just watched an interview with Logan Cooley, and he's just like, yeah, I did college for a little bit, and then I felt like I was ready, and I was like, what do you mean you could just leave? Okay.
I'm excited to get into that because I have so many questions about, like, because obviously Connor Bedard's 18, he would be going to college right now, but he's not. He's in the NHL, and so it's just kind of curious. I know, like, the NHL pulls a lot of kids from Michigan schools, so yeah, just very curious about how that all works. So maybe we'll do that in the future when there isn't so much news going on. Hopefully that happens, because it's just so much all the time.
Yeah, I'll take a slow day. That'd be nice.
All right, let's see. So week 4 of the NHL 23-24 season. If you want to start us off, Arielle.
We're just going to do a lot of news. Pierre Dorian, the GM of the Ottawa Senators, was fired or resigned, unsure, after 8 seasons. Steve Staios has been named the interim GM. That was after all that drama with the trade. Yeah.
Yeah, which is next. I feel like the Ottawa Senators, they've had so much stuff happening to them the last, like, 2 weeks or so. Like, it's just one thing after another.
It's a lot. Yeah, so the NHL announced that the Ottawa Senators will forfeit a 2024, a 2025, and 2026 first-round pick for the role in the trade of Evgeny Dadonov to the Vegas Golden Knights in 2021, and the subsequent invalidated Dadonov's trade between the Knights and the Ducks. So the issue involved his limited no trade clause, which was included in a contract that he signed in October 2020 with the Ottawa Senators. According to a source, the Senators failed to disclose that clause when he was traded to the Golden Knights in July of 2021. So both Vegas and the NHL believed he could be legally traded to the Ducks. But Dadonov and his agent claimed that Anaheim was on his 10-team no-trade list, and that the list had been submitted to Ottawa for this season by the stated deadline in the contract. They went to the NHL Players Association, and the NHLPA disputed the validity of the trade with the NHL on Monday. That was a lot.
You know what? Joke's on him, because the Ducks are killing it, is all I'm saying.
I didn't even know that you could have a no-trade list.
I want to know what the other 9 teams were on this clause.
I know, someone spilled the tea.
So, like, also,
and could the no
where
trade...
is he playing now? If the Ottawa Senators were trading him, and they tried to trade him to the Ducks, where is he? I'm looking. His current team is the Dallas Stars.
Well, as of now, they are currently losing to the Bruins.
So yeah, joke's on them. Joke's on him. Sorry.
Oof.
Southern California over Texas?
I wonder if, like, the clauses, like, no trade, like, if that has anything to do with, like, personal reasons, or, like, just location for, like, family or whatever. Like, I wonder how much, like, goes into those, or how serious they can or can't be.
Let's see, what's up next? The Western Hockey League, the WHL, mandated neck guards effective Friday, November 3rd. And I know we've seen a good chunk of players starting to wear them during practices and in games. Notably, Rasmus Dahlin of the Buffalo Sabres wore a neck protection in their game against the Flyers. I know Yanni Gourde wore one against their game against the Calgary Flames last night. Erik Karlsson of the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think he just wore it during practice.
Yeah.
Can you think of anyone else?
I think TJ Oshie wore one. He has his brand for, like, safety gear. So I figured it was going to be I noticed a lot of the players that are testing it out during practices are people with, like, families. And like I was telling you, I'm like, I so wish to have been a fly on the wall during some of those kitchen conversations with their wives. I definitely know they were having.
For sure. I mean, I would wear one just for protection, but so I know some of the players have even said it's really not that bad. Like, it's just takes getting used to. And I know we've talked about this last week, but it's just like, once the technology and the comfortability is there should be no excuse.
Yeah, and I think Wayne Gretzky was saying sometime this week in an interview, because he was asked about it, and he's like, yeah, he's like, it should get to a point to where, like right now, it's going to be kind of hard to maybe get everyone to wear one because everyone's just kind of like used to once you get to a certain point, you don't have to wear one. But he's like, but if they do something now in the lower leagues, and then when they come in, you could have all these new people already, they never took them off, and that could probably be a good thing.
I like the thought of that. That makes total sense. There was something else about them that I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Oh, I've seen multiple TikToks and even maybe tweets about people trying to blame the other skater in the accident and saying it was intentional. And like, apparently everyone plays hockey now because my son played hockey and there's no way that could ever happen, blah, blah, blah. It was intentional, blah, blah, blah. He's an aggravated, like, known skater, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad you all just suddenly know so much better than everybody else. It just makes no sense to me. I've had to like click not interested on like at least 3 videos from I think maybe the Daily Mail who are trashing themselves, but just like making up stuff about this whole situation. And just like it's so sad that something that we could use to make people more safe is being like used that way, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff and I've been doing the same thing, like not interested or just like scrolling pretty fast by it. And then I think I did see one comment that was just like, first of all, this said the same thing you just did on how I didn't realize so many people are suddenly experts in hockey or safety. But then also everyone keeps watching the videos in slow motion versus if you watch that in real time, I'm not gonna get into it because I'm just like,
You
what's
can't
the
watch it in
point?
slow-mo. There's no point. That's not how it happened.
That's not, yeah. It
It
didn't
makes no sense.
happen in slow motion. That's the thing.
It's funny because I think maybe I even sent you this a couple days ago. It was a gift set from Tumblr of like skaters just like crashing into each other and stuff. And their legs are absolutely almost the height of these people. It just is.
Oh yeah.
And oh my God, it was a game against the Ducks and the Coyotes, I think.
Yeah, with Quentin
And
Keller.
was he the one that was underneath the big guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, his skates were so close to this, like the Coyotes player's neck. And I'm just like, that's all I could see. It was all I could see. And
It
you
was
guys want to sit
Gudis
here
and
and tell
Keller.
me, oh, I hate him. Well, they just like, first, I don't hate him. I hate the admin of the tweet who made that because it was so out of pocket and so just like not the way we're talking right now. I think they called him the butcher.
Yeah, they call him
I'm
the
like,
butcher. And
read the room.
yeah, I was like, ooh, not the time for that.
It was just like the
That's
whole situation was so dangerous and things like
ill
that can't
timed.
happen. And people want to say, there's no way, there's no way, there's no way. But there is. And it can happen, obviously. There doesn't have to be like malintent behind it.
Yeah, I mean, and like we said last week too, like there's, I think you're the one that said it. You're like, and there's an investigation going on, whatever that means. I'm not the law. Like, and that's kind of where you have to leave it to. Like, we can all have our opinions all we want, but we're not part of the investigation. So, like, why are we going to try to insert ourselves into that conversation when we don't even have a seat at the table? Like, let's get over
It's
ourselves.
because the player's a person of color, unfortunately.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
But we're not surprised.
Yeah. Also, in this same conversation, the Pittsburgh Penguins AHL and ECHL teams will mandate neck protection. So that's good, like you said, Wayne Gretzky said, these lower leagues, you put them in the neck guard already, they're going to hopefully come up and continue to wear it. So
yeah, just leave it.
Awesome.
So Paul Stastny of the Carolina Hurricanes has decided to retire after 17 NHL seasons. I did not see that news. Oh my god.
He's
So much
37.
news.
He's 37, which is very close to Sidney Crosby's age. So I think that's...
Which is apparently ancient. Sidney Crosby's only, what did I say? Like, he's
36?
only 6 years older than me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 4 years older than me. I don't...
And he's ancient. Well, I don't know. My siblings make me feel ancient, and those a-holes are only like 7 and 3 years younger. So
my
screw them.
middle sister's about to have her like 3rd and 4th babies in like 2 days. So yeah. I guess I feel ancient, but I wouldn't want to talk to me all the time like I know Sidney Crosby does. I feel like he just went at his 1200th game or something 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And they're just like, so, old man, how you feeling? And he just like takes it such in stride. He's like, I love the game as much as I did the first time I played. So he's just like super nice about it, even though they're just like trying to roast him all the time.
He's so professional, and I love that. Good for him. I think the tweets, like when they call anyone in the NHL, like the how the kids are talking, I guess, because we are online a lot. But when I see them talking about anyone like freaking like maybe 28 and older, and they call them, as soon as the word peepaw comes out, I'm like, you know what, F these kids. I'm so done with them.
I hate the peepaw. As people who are big Peter Pascal fans, the youngins call him peepaw. And I mean, he is older than these hockey guys. He's 46, I think.
We couldn't
I
pick a
get it, but
Hispanic
still.
nickname.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways. Okay, moving on. So we had some really fun career goals this week. Brandon Bureau of the Buffalo Sabres scored his first NHL goal against the Philadelphia Flyers. Congrats to him. Connor Zary of the Calgary Flames scored his first goal, career goal against the Dallas Stars. Logan Cooley of the Arizona Coyotes scored his first career goal against the Anaheim Ducks. That was fun. I felt like super proud in that moment because he wanted it so bad, and I know the game before I was listening to it and I could hear like, oh, so and so's passing it to this person, they're passing it to this person, and it kept going through Cooley, and I'm like, they're trying so hard to get him his first goal, and he finally got it. And I think it was when it happens for all these players when they stop trying so hard. That's what I've noticed.
I wonder if he felt like he was behind, since I know some of those other guys were scoring earlier on in the season.
Yeah, they got him pretty early.
All right. So then I think, was this the same game where Liam O'Brien and Jack McBain of the Arizona Coyotes both scored Gordie Howe tricks?
Yeah, same game. That was an intense game.
That seems like a lot of stuff happening at once. Oh no. I think, we got some more injuries coming up. Carter Hart of the Philadelphia Flyers is out with a mid-body injury. Mid-body, is that like,
I don't know,
shoulders down?
I saw so many tweets about it, and someone's like, oh my god, they really just called Carter Hart mid. And then a bunch of people too just going, what the hell is a mid-body injury? Like, what is,
like your back?
No, because I think
groin.
I know, yeah. Like, I thought like waist below was lower body, and then like I don't know, because I saw like he was doing fine getting goals, but or blocking goals, but I think he overextended himself somehow. I don't know. I don't know how goalies do it. They're insane. But yeah, he's the only one that I know on the Philadelphia Flyers, and he's not even out. And I mean, not even in. He's out. I do know more players. I'm just not at the top of my head because they did have a fun preseason TikTok account going too.
I had an idea for an episode where we like try to name 3 players on each team. That could be fun.
Let me start studying now.
Yeah, maybe a bonus episode or something if we have time. That could be cute for like Christmas or something. Yeah. So another injury, Charlie McAvoy of the Boston Bruins has been... Oh, nope, this is not an injury. Excuse me. Only the one this week. That's nice. We covered so many last week, though.
Oh, I remember, because I remember how he said we probably forgot some. Jason Zucker from the Arizona Coyotes, he was out, but I think they're going to be bringing him back soon. We don't.
And then there's another one. So Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils, he's their star forward, just in case you didn't know, is week to week with an upper body injury, the team announced Sunday. Hughes left the team's road trip and has returned to New Jersey with the Devils' athletic care staff. Without him, the Devils outlasted the Chicago Blackhawks 4-2 on Sunday night. Hughes was injured in the Devils' 4-1 loss to the St. Louis Blues on Friday. He crashed awkwardly into the boards at 11:35 of the first period on his 5th shift of the game after being slightly hooked by Blues defenseman Torrey Krug. I did see that.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I think today there was some insider information that it's his, or at least it's on one of the apps, I can't remember. It's his shoulder, and they keep using the word fortunate that it wasn't worse. So hopefully he just takes his time to get better so he could be back to play against his brother with his other brother, because that will be fun.
I need to see that.
I know.
I need Nico to feel better too.
I think Nico is probably going to be coming back soon.
Okay.
We'll see. Because I don't know. I think he had a concussion, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think this is, like I was saying, I think it's kind of, it sucks to have like your 2 best forwards out, but it really challenges the rest of your players, because they do have like other star players, but you don't want them to get like complacent or like too comfortable, like not helping, because Jack does a lot of work and Nico wins faceoffs like nobody's business. Like that game that they won yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. They were not doing good at the faceoffs at all. But their defense and their offense had to be like crazy. So it's just kind of like it forces, this goes for like any team, like when you lose a star, like you really have to like step up and be like, okay, we can't, if we want to actually be a good team, like we have to like step up.
Yeah, you can't like rely like that on people. You have to be able to hold your own. And I definitely think this is a good way to kind of show that, like, yeah, we have great players, but everyone else is also great too. And so I think that win last night really showed people that we can still do it without them.
Yeah, love that for them.
Not an injury, but Frederick Anderson is out indefinitely with a blood clotting issue. The 34-year-old hasn't played since November 2nd when he made 24 saves for the Carolina Hurricanes in a 2-1 loss to the New York Rangers. Fuck the New York Rangers. He is 4-1-0 with a 2.87 goals against average. I don't know why that makes no sense when I'm saying it. And a .894 save percentage in 6 starts this season. So during a recent medical testing, it was discovered that Frederick Anderson had a blood clotting issue that needed to be addressed. There's currently no timetable for his return, but we are confident that Freddie will make a full recovery. I feel like blood clots, can't they be like a really big issue down the line?
Yeah, because if he has to take, like, say they get it under control and he has to take like blood thinners, that could be a problem playing in the future.
I wonder what you kind of do in that situation, like knowing it could be bad in the not so near future or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really know like how you can even like prevent something like that, or yeah, I don't know. I just hope he's okay.
Me too.
So Charlie McAvoy of the Boston Bruins has been suspended for 4 games for an illegal check to the head on Florida Panthers Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Did you watch that game at all?
I did not. I don't really like either of those teams, so I got no skin in the game. That's a lot of games, and yet Flames got one game. They hate the Kraken, I've decided.
Was it? Oh yeah, here the Calgary Flames. Andrew Mangiapane suspended for 1 game for cross-checking Kraken forward Jared McCann. Mangiapane pressed the stick against McCann's neck and into the ice. Only 1 game. That's crazy.
We just watched it, and I'm so upset already again watching it because what the fuck? He's already down. What? Why?
Yeah, I guess they saw the NHL safety saw no issue, but we saw that from how many angles, and I see so much issue. What?
How do we get on this board to like whip them into shape? Are we watching the same thing? Like yeah. I have issues with this.
Is McCann, because I know McCann did come back out to continue play. Is he okay? Will he be at the next game? Do they play tomorrow?
Said anything about him. He might have been at practice today.
Actually, don't even get me started on that team. That team, they have no fighters, and it kind of like at first I did not understand when people would get mad at their teams and they'd be like, "Oh, we don't have any fighters," or I'm like, why would you want them to be fighting on the ice? They literally have like knives on their feet. But I get it now because there were so many. Who in that video turned around, saw him down, and didn't do a single thing to the Calgary Flames player? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm mad about it.
It is cannot.
I don't know. Was he at practice today? Oh, but it was Maddie Benier's birthday yesterday.
So how old is he now? I'm going to guess. Is he 23, 22?
He's 21.
21. I should have known he was 21 with who he hangs out with regularly.
I know. Young. He's a part of the Hughes group. Okay, anyway. Hope Jared McCann's okay. I haven't seen anything about how he's feeling, but hopefully he's okay. He did go back to the game, so I can only assume he's okay.
Seattle Kraken's assistant athletic trainer, Justin Rogers, came out in a heartfelt letter to his younger self and became the first out gay supporter staffer on an NHL bench.
Did you happen to read that article?
I read kind of like what the main like headliner post was. I didn't read it all in full. Oh, actually, just kidding. That's a lie. I did read kind of like a big chunk of it. I'm like, wait a minute. It's been a long week.
It was so sweet to just like have them. I think they pulled in 3 players from the Kraken, and they were just like, we just want him to like bring who he wants to at events, and we're just like want him to be happy. We don't treat him any different, and we're just like here. And it just was so like cool to see, especially after all the Pride tape stuff. It was like, I feel, especially with the Kraken organization, it does feel like hockey is for everyone. And that makes me feel very like happy to have them as my favorite team. I feel very proud.
Yeah, because you're just like, okay, I would feel welcome here, and like that's nice. And true, like it's like what is that has nothing to do with like how good he is at his job anyway. So like the fact that it's even like a big deal is still it's kind of sad, but at the same time, like it's awesome because he can be like that little representation, like, hey, I made it this far, and like look how accepted I am. And that organization too, like they're just really accepting and just super awesome.
I did unfortunately see, you always have those comments of like, who cares? Why do we need to talk about this? And it's like, this isn't for you. This isn't about you. It is for some person who is a part of the LGBTQ who feels like they are never seen, feels like they'll never be in places like that because of how toxic some of those like environments are. And it's not about you. And I just like hate seeing stuff like that.
You're like, why? Just keep scrolling.
They can't help themselves.
Keep scrolling, hit not interested, or do whatever you gotta do. But like going out of their way to comment always drives me nuts.
Yeah. It does nothing for anybody except people want to, I guess, do you want to argue? I guess at some point that's kind of what they just want to do is sit there and like argue with you for no reason.
That's exhausting.
And I guess to just kind of wrap up this, we don't really know too much information about this. We weren't into hockey, I guess, when all this was happening. We're kind of getting this information as it comes, so we may talk about it in the future. But a second former player has sued the Chicago Blackhawks, claiming they covered up sexual assault allegations leveled against video coach Brad Aldrich in 2010. The lawsuit, which was filed on Thursday in Cook County, Illinois, Circuit Court cites 15 counts of negligence and claims that Aldrich groomed, harassed, threatened, and assaulted the player, who's remaining anonymous as John Doe. In a conference Monday, Doe's lawyer Antonio Romanucci of Romanucci and Blondin, so many names, claimed the Blackhawks allowed and perpetuated the conduct and placed winning over the health and welfare of its players, which unfortunately I do think is kind of what I understand is par for the course in the NHL.
It's unfortunately par for the course everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. And I think sports is definitely kind of where it just gets swept under the rug.
I feel
mostly because of you don't want bad publicity. I'm struggling so hard.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't get bad publicity if you weren't the worst.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of comparisons with this situation to the stuff that's happening to Ottawa right now, that now Ottawa has to forfeit the next 3 years of first round picks, and then stuff like this happens to Chicago when they got the first round pick. It just like it just makes no sense.
Out of there.
I know.
He has like an entry contract, right?
I think so. And he's the only thing that got going for them right now. I wouldn't care about the Blackhawks if he wasn't on them.
I know. Yeah, same. When I watch them play, I'm really only watching for Connor.
Same. Or to let my roommate know who's winning and losing. I think that's all we've got today.
Yeah, I got a couple more stuff to prep before I go see you tomorrow. And the Canucks should be starting their game with the Oilers soon. Oh, it's already started.
Oh.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, 15 minutes ago.
Oh my God.
Is there already scores?
I know. I just looked at the current game stats. The amount of shots on goal coming from the Oilers, 9-1.
Oh my God.
And it's still 0-0. Honestly, Captain Quinn for the win.
He's killing it. I'm really, it's kind of crazy to see how much has changed since we talked about the announcement of his captaincy to, how crazy the Canucks have been doing. And it's kind of also crazy to think about, I think you might have vaguely mentioned seeing the Oilers in the Cup, and it's just, I don't know if that will happen.
Yeah. And I was watching this interview with Quinn today. I think the one I retweeted, where I was just like, this is a wildly different person than a few months ago. And it's really awesome. And now I'm going to go back and watch some early interviews with with McDavid and Crosby and stuff, see how they kind of grew into their captaincy. Cause I'm curious how that kind of changed. And if it changed as quickly as I see it happening with Quinn. But yeah, he's just he's still seeing game by game, and he's not really looking to ahead. And I feel like that's probably what their advantage is. They're going into a game, their mindset is, okay, this is a winning game and we have to go into it this way.
Anyway, okay. Arielle, where can the people find you?
They can find me on TikTok and Instagram at It's Arielle Garcia, ITSARIELLE. And then on Twitter at Arielle Garcia if you want to follow that mess that happens on that app. And you, Ashley?
You can find me on the internet at AENEWBY. I think that's right. Twitter, Instagram, etc. And then you can follow the podcast at Rink Rookie Pod, anywhere you need us, Twitter, Tumblr, TikTok, etc., etc. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.